Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a 1v1 field here on Bocage, I'm pretty sure. On the western front in the Bocages of France. Let's go for the players. We've sent the allies there. We have Kikarung as the Commonwealth without a commander choice yet. We represent the Axis today. We have Monstrum as the Wehrmacht, also without a commander choice yet. Let's see what happens here on the Bocage. Bocage is a very intriguing 1v1 map with this little river stream across it. Like this little lumber camp, I think. Yeah, it's over here because we angle it so the British are arriving from the west. This should be fascinating to see. Double Grenadiers here for Monstrum. Ooh, not going for Fox Grenadier. Going for double Grenadier. Well, the British are slowly moving up with their rifle sections. Trying to secure some territory. Both sides are taking it slow and steady. But the Grenadiers are now going to be starting to arrive. Basic combat fighting troops of the Wehrmacht. Oh, looks like they've gone for Leichte Division. So we have like a mechanized force of the Wehrmacht moving in here to try and prevent the British from pushing. We are through Normandy, or France. Well, it's somewhere in France, but might more likely be Normandy because of the Bocages. Because I'm pretty sure that's a very common thing in Normandy. They're still around. They've not picked a commander yet for the British, but I suppose they'll pick after figuring out what the Germans have gone for. British are going to start threatening the field point up here. Pioneers moved up here, but they'll be able to shoot down the sappers. It's only one window. But there's... Oh, it's the Sten gun! The Sten gun has got some good shots out here. Hills bomb being thrown. That's going to force the Pioneers off. They don't want to engage with the rifle sections like that. The Grenadiers are quickly relocating up here to try and prevent the British from pushing further. The British are securing the southern field point, but they need this connection point. Triple Grenadiers on the front line. That's a lot of Grenadiers. A lot of accurate rifle fire. But the British are fairly accurate too with their rifles. Meanwhile, we also have a Vickers machine gun. Oh, they have gone for a Royal Tank. Ooh, this should be intriguing. Leichter versus Tank. That is a very interesting mix-up. Well, match-up. Let's see what the British can do with Royal Tank then. Just moving down here to secure... well, use the sandbags here to cover themselves. German troops are pushing up here towards the British. The British could get outmanned here. Because the sheer amount of Germans. But the British are doing a good job. The British are very accurate with their rifles. Oh, one of them has a carbine? I didn't know one of the rifle sections had a carbine. No, that was awkward. Now it's in the infield. It was a carbine for a brief while. Must have been a bug. How awkward. You know, the Brits also fighting down here. They have to pull a little bit back. A few good shots from the Grenadiers can basically do a lot of damage to the rifle section. They're going to use the building to their advantage. I think only one guy can shoot out here. They're still doing a fair amount of work. We have a Kubelwagen and an MT-42 here. Unique to Leichte, I believe. At least on the Wehrmacht side. Rifle section is in trouble in that building. Might have to evacuate. And they managed to get out in time. This last guy. Throwing a Mills bomb. But I might just give the Grenadiers time to get in position to kill him. Yep. They just retreated immediately, I think. That's a lot of German infantry on the northern flank here. Germans are being very aggressive with all the troops. Vickers machine gun trying to set up here. But the Kubelwagen can get sneak around if it's fast. Pedal to the metal. Getting around the side here with this MT-42. The gunners are quickly trying to turn around though. Taking some rifle shots in at the Kubelwagen, but they're being pinned. That's going to allow the Kubelwagen to just get close here. Oh, that's not really working out. Yeah, it got shot by a tank on the section.
The enemy has dealt us a blow. And out! We're ready! Orders, lads.
Brits are taking up. Germans need to figure out what to do from here. They've lost a lot of units, but they are taking up themselves. But the Vickers machine gun is still around. Both sides don't have a fuel point at the moment, but the British will secure the one up here. Bring up with their Vickers machine gun.
Ready.
Pioneers rush up here to this point again. MT-42 being requisitioned here for the Grenadiers. Well, the Wehrmacht. For the heavy machine gun variant. I wonder if we'll see the normal MT-42s being upgraded on them. Probably through onto the tier 2 building whenever we'll see that. Where you can like just upgrade all your Grenadiers to have MT-42s immediately. Which might be why that Monstrum has just gone for lots of basic Grenadiers. Got double Vickers here for the British. Not a bad thing, not a bad thing, all things considered. And having a lot of Vickers machine guns is very useful for the British Commonwealth. Helps them hold down a lot of ground. And here's some long-range shots. Vickers is out of place here. But they could turn around and then start shooting at the Grenadiers, but the Grenadiers are just taking with the sandbag. Which allows the Vickers to get back. It's a lot of range though, so they should be fine. There's a lot of long-range firefights at the moment, which so far the Grenadiers are so far doing well at, but the British are pretty accurate, as I've said. Universal carrier on the field with a lieutenant. We also have a light AT gun being pulled onto the field quickly. British are preparing. MT-42 set up over here. Putting a lot of shots in on the center, killing the Sapper squad. Oh, the British lieutenant's on the field here. In his camouflaged uniform. Needs to be cautious though. That's a little bit of a graveyard here. Also have some Panzer Grenadiers coming onto the fields. The Germans are investing in some much better infantry now. Especially the Panzer Grenadiers. Universal carrier is being kept at bay by the Grenadier squad for now. How do they actually reload that? There they just put a new clip in. Yeah, that works. Because I've been looking at it in animation as compared to Company Heroes 3, and I think some of the Company Heroes 3 animations are not that good, in all honesty, I'll say. Especially the one where they reload the machine guns. Well, the MG34 and the MG42. The handheld versions, not the heavy machine gun variant. Ooh, Sten guns opening fire here on the Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers have to pull back. They might get killed by the Universal carrier. No! Panzer Grenadier makes it. That's pretty good for the Germans. They don't want to lose a squad like that. Especially so quickly. Panzer Grenadiers are fairly expensive infantry after all. 300. Germans are taking up again. Looks like they might skip tier 2 entirely. That's a little bit calling here by the lieutenant. Good smoke. This allows the squad to move up here. Germans just retreated entirely. The Kugelwagen is being prepared behind us.
Loaded up and ready to move.
Anyway, the Brits are reinforcing from the Universal carrier because it does count as a transport vehicle. It allows them to stay replenished on the front line.
We are ready for action.
Brits are pushing up here to the point. Well, the Grenadiers cannot push up there because of the Vickers.
Receiving fire!
Germans are preparing to make a breakout here again.
Standing by.
That's a lot of good British rifle fire in this direction though. But there's a Panzerbüchse. A good shot there in the Wasp. We need one more. They're not penetrate that time. It's gonna force the Wasp back for a bit. And the Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadiers working together here. Everybody's just down with Sten guns at the moment. That's 3 Sten guns actually. That's a lot of submachine guns. But Germans are preparing all their Grenadiers again. Second MG arriving. Another MG42. That's what we're calling here on the position and not a Universal carrier. And also some Hussars. Ooh. Wasp opening fire with his flamethrower. But Panzerbüchse disables it. Destroys the gun on the other one. Well, I guess the machine gun. Like, this guy has a good shot with the Panzerbüchse. Now we have the Hussars here. Basically specialized assault infantry. Available to Royal Tank. Being equipped with some Tommy guns. Lacking the upgrade to give them an extra man for the British squads. British are a little bit low on the numbers department. Because this upgrade over here will give all their squads one extra man to work with. So far, I guess Kiko is proving that the British don't actually need an extra man all the time. I've begun opening fire here. They're going to get getting close. Gonna have your cover right there. Five Connect going out, right in the building with the MG. Almost just killing it, but the Hussars are dead. That's going to is quickly pushing up. Might see a flanking attempt here from the Wasp. But the Grenadiers are pushing up again. Wasp is going around. German stuff was about to happen. Panzerbüchse waits. There we go. Got a good shot right there. But doesn't penetrate on the second shot. British are being very persistent here. Grenadiers are taking losses bit by bit. Grenadiers take up some cover behind some dead cows. Very rotting cows by the looks of it. Ooh. Grenadiers are killed. They go on fire because of some bug that's related to the Wasp. After having been shot at once by it or something. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but I'm not an expert on coding in Combat of Heroes 2 after all. Ulrich moving up with some more Grenadier support. MT-42 rushes upwards. 80 gun is waiting here. Somehow the Kulwang survived the shot, but it got destroyed by bullets afterwards. Panzerbüchse is doing its best. Wasp is going to try and flank. Anti-tank rifle being used here. Slowing down the Wasp there. Allowing him to escape. Wasp is going to keep going for it, I think. But too quick, it has to relocate. Or turn around. Yeah, it's turning. It knows it has to target down the Wasp. Also loading some armor-piercing bullets. You can see that. Oh, that's not Wehrpatronen. Oh no. That's not looking good for the MT-42. We do see a Puma coming out though. Yeah, MT-42 has to pull back instead. Artillery called in. And the Puma would certainly help dealing with all these university carriers. It's a very mobile 50mm gun. Panzerbüchse failed to penetrate again. Universal carrier is actually surprisingly well armored for being a light vehicle, apparently. Yeah, although only 80 armor, that's actually not that much. I guess the penetration of the Panzerbüchse is just that bad. Oh, the Puma's gonna go for another flank. But there's a tank on the section around. High explosive being loaded. Doesn't do much damage due to the Sherman wreck. Tank on the section moving up on the side. Well, a good shot down the flank. Didn't do too much damage though. Second shot did not penetrate. Well, the Wasp is threatening the Panzer Grenadiers. Burning them alive. We had the Germans are somewhat on the back foot here. The Grenadiers moving up to the front lines again. Germans to control the munitions point and the fuel point, so they're not behind in all the big technologies and resources they need. But the Brits have teched up very fast and going for a Cromwell Mark V. So the British are almost about to get a medium tank already. That's why the Germans are bringing the pack now. Probably realized that drop was a fuel drop. Means the British can definitely go for some armor. A lot of it. And they are playing a tank commander, so that makes sense. Wasp moving up to interfere with these Grenadiers again. immediately the Grenadiers pull back after spotting it. Need to be very cautious around this wasp.
Fresh Grenadier squad.
But to be able to move up again. Well, the Brits of 10 remains around here.
Threatening a capture point.
Oh, the Brits actually don't have any infantry at the moment. They only have sappers and some machine guns. They don't actually have any dedicated infantry units. That's probably why they're not really pushing that much. It's not easy to push when you don't have any dedicated infantry.
Course down.
Neck is... my neck feels like it's numb. I hate that feeling. Like when your leg feels like it's not there. Feels like it's crawling with ants. Sleeping leg, that's what it's called in English. My leg is sleeping. That's such an annoying little sensation. NG42 tries to rush up here, but there's still a Vicus. They try to get it set up behind the tractor, but it gets suppressed. Well, the Grenadiers pushing up somewhat. Cromwell's on the field. Which can deal with this Puma pretty handily. We also have a Centaur coming up behind us. Vicus having a duel here. Cromwell moves up.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
It wants to take out that Puma, I think. Machine gun supporting the Grenadiers are actually pushing up on the Vicus, though. High explosive shell only destroyed some of the cover, but not all of it. Pack 4 is quickly being run up here. Or pushed up here. 5 grenades are doing a good job on the Vicus, though. Allows the MT-42 to rip into them and kill them, I think. Yep. Good play there from Monstrum. The British are quickly relocating with their armored vehicles. Centaur Agag on the field as well. But the pack has to quickly change its targets to the Cromwell. Or stuff like that happens. No penetration. Smoke shield, very smart, but it does allow the pack to also pull back. But it allows the Wasp and Agag to get into position. Who are trying to set up. Agag shooting into the smoke. Oh, that's a dead Puma, I think. Oh, it missed! Pack setting up back here behind the tractor. Defiant time. And the Agag is just shooting at them. Yeah, I don't think this pack is going to survive for much longer. Especially with the Wasp on the flank there. Puma getting into position. Takes out the Wasp. But gets taken out in turn by the Cromwell. Another pack being quickly pulled onto the front line. The British do not have a lot of units, actually. If the Germans could just turn this around somehow and destroy those few vehicles, I think the Germans could make a comeback here. But the MG42 sitting up here just as a deterrence, I think. But the British just don't have any infantry. Just relying on a few armored units. They know where the Cromwell is, though. They're trying to take some shots with the pack. Agag shooting into them, though. Agag is providing some really good supporting fire here with its twin piston autocannons. Been pinning it, but it can still get it back while pinned. And the Agag is doing a lot of work here. Oh, good Panzerfaust on the flank of the Cromwell, though, destroying it. The Grenadiers could start pushing down here, actually. There's not a lot to stop them, but they don't know that. Man, that Centaur's doing a lot of work. This poor pack crew has worked so hard. Lieutenant is also calling in some kind of artillery strike. Good shot from the pack. Gonna force the Agag back. That's British artillery is gonna be called in here. It was time on target, which means all the shields land around the same time, as you could see. But the Germans have almost managed to take up here. Just need to get the Pioneer back into work. We're too busy just being out in the field here at the moment. The Pioneers can return back to finish this building, and that should mean the Germans could get panzers. Which you most certainly need. But the British are lacking in troops, as we can see.
A capture point is being overrun.
Just allowing the Germans to get a little bit of ground again. Having infantry is very important, because you need that to really take ground. Universal Carrier being shot to pieces by the MG-42. MG-42 could probably have stayed there now, honestly. Probably afraid it was turning into a wasp. Clearly wasn't on our end. Ideas are now advancing forwards, crossing the streams. Bit of an outpost there. Centaurs being repaired here.
Enemy threatening a capture point. There's a rather splendid Cromwell ready to go.
I think it's a Centaur, yeah. I don't know, is it? Yeah, Centaur. I'm not stupid. And speaking of tanks, though, we do have a Churchill coming out as well. So the British are going all in on heavy armor for this one.
Pack loaded for panther hunting. This is German territory.
Quickly advancing up, though. Grabbing all the ground they can. They've got a fair bit of ground this time, actually. I said the British are lacking in infantry. Panzerfaust being used to the Cromwell. Destroyed it in one Panzerfaust. Very good job there for the Germans.
The enemy have knocked out a Cromwell tank.
That's why you should not get too close to German infantry. Panzerfausts are very lethal. They're trying to take out this fortified position now. Germans now have both fuel points, which is a big deal. Against more Panzer Grenadiers to replace the lost ones. Centaur driving out. But the pack got a good shot there. All the heavy cover protected the pack. And he is pushing up. Covered it gone though. British Lieutenant is dead. Rifle section trying to move up here somewhat. Agag opening fire again. And now there's no cover here for the 80 gun. Allows the saps to get close, but the Pioneers nearby. Oh, impact rate got the pack crew, and this Pioneer might be dead. Oh, Gebaldladung might have saved them. As the Grenadiers quickly rush forwards. Panzer Grenadiers moving up as well. This is the building where you can get the MG-42 upgrades, which we're not seeing by the looks of it. I guess they are saving all their fuel for like an early tank if they can get it. Well, at this point it wouldn't be early. Especially because the British already have a Churchill out. Churchill. Now this thing is ridiculous. Like, it's one of the most armored things the Allies have, apart from the IS-2. But the British can get some pretty heavily armored Churchills. We also have a half-track coming up behind us. Serve as a suppressive platform as well as a reinforcement platform. And I guess a repair station. They can service that too. Panzer is rushing up here. Getting out of the range of the Vickers. No, the Vickers still managed to clip them. 24-2 quickly rushing up though. So it's gonna be stuck between... Oh, good rifle grenade! Like, the graph grenades have been on point for the Germans this game. At least so far as I've seen. But Churchill is quietly advancing. Well, quietly is not the thing. Slowly, that's the word I'm looking for. But we might see a Panzerfaust on the side. Good side shot there with the Panzerfaust. Even a tank as heavy as the Churchill can still be attacked by Panzerfaust and get destroyed easily. That's why you need infantry support alongside your tanks. Which I suppose is the plan with the half-track? They can keep up with it. And indeed it's being used as a repair station, I think. I think I just cut myself. Oh. That sucks. I think I just cut one of my fingers. Right. Well, it's not a big cut though, but that's annoying. Guess my nails are a little bit sharper than I thought they would be. Need to clip them. A little bit down to size. Panzer strike misses on that universal carrier. It is a very small target. Panzer 4G coming onto the field. I believe you need to like and be equipped with high explosives rather than armor piercing. Not many Axis tanks can do that. Germans are securing a lot of ground now. The Brits have to work harder to turn this around again. Versicarrier with some rifle sections down here moving around. Churchill pushing up. The pack will have issues at range to dealing with that. Agak supporting the flank here, killing down the Panzer Grenadiers. Explosive almost killed everyone there. Now frontally here, the Churchill is a menace. The pack doesn't really stand a chance. Smoke grenades being used, very good to see. We need to blind it. The Burst Carrier pushes down here. Forcing the Grenadiers back. And Churchill just to be very cautious as it moves up here. But its frontal armor will save it for the most part. It also has a Vickers K on top, so that's a lot of machine gun firepower. And the Centaur is just very good support. Like having twin autocannons as anti-infantry is really good supplementation for the heavy armored tank. Brits have secured the southern point down here again. Agak can take out this MD-42 pretty quick. As you can see there. Get some good salvos in. There you go. Very good anti-infantry vehicle. But its primary purpose is to be an anti-air, but we just barely see German air. Panzer IV is going to have issues fighting frontally with a Churchill. But the Germans' best choice is the Panzerfaust and Panzerschrecks, but it's... Oh, good shot from the Panzer IV, actually. All it takes is like one shot penetrating though, and that Churchill has to pull back for repairs. So the Brits are remaining mobile, good to see. This is a full-on Royal Tank Regiment after all. Very mechanized. Have a tech up here for the Germans again. Being something heavier if they can. Like Panthers. Another fuel airdrop for the British. Churchill now also has a tank officer. This thing like can do a lot of stuff. Random wounded German somewhere screaming for a medic. Both sides are slowly figuring out what to do next. Zentai is pushing up pretty far, I feel. Like if that thing ran into the Panzer IV, it would be in trouble, as an example. Germans are mostly focusing on the southern flank at the moment. Bring up their Grenadiers. Putting another MG-42 there. That's a lot of Grenadiers, though. That's a fun to move. Needs to be cautious where it moves itself. If that runs into the Churchill, it will have issues. Ooh, we have a Comet! Pretty good late war tank for the British. With a 17-pounder gun, I believe. That's a 17-pounder gun that's specifically designed for the turret of the Comet. Oh, again, a good shot from the pack here to supplement against the Churchill there. And the problem with the Churchill is it doesn't really have a good gun. But that's where the Comet comes in, because the Comet might not have the best armor, but the Comet has really good gun on it. The Comet is also really fast. There's only so much you could do with a tank. You cannot make a tank good at everything. MD-42 is doing a pretty good job here for the Germans, though. They cannot really deal with these universal carriers at range. As the rifle shots just don't penetrate them. You can see they're just blinking off. The Panzer IV is quickly moving down here. One shot that hits should take it out. Yeah, like that. Now the British have to really relocate quick. The Comet is on the field here, which can take out the Panzer IV with ease. I think just swap to HWAP, I believe. I don't know. It's always a Sabo. Because you can like switch between Sabo and yeah. So it's armed with armor-piercing discarding Saber rounds now, which is a unique thing the Comet can do. Which means it gets a lot more penetration, but does less damage. Generally, penetration I feel is more worthwhile than damage for the most part. But the Germans now know there's a Comet. Because they know they have to keep that Panzer IV, well, kind of cautious wherever it moves. British armored forces are moving out again. They're getting a lot more infantry sections now to supplement themselves and advance. Realize they need some infantry support for their tanks, but that MG42 rips into them.
Unfortunately, we've lost a unit.
Explosive round loaded here by the Comets. Almost destroys the entire crew there. Panzerjägers are around. Up with some smoke, good to see.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Might be able to get a rocket off on the Comet here. Oh, they hit the terrain, that's not good. That's 4 moving down. But the Centaur immediately suppresses them, so they have to pull it entirely back. Panzergrenadiers are also being equipped now with some MPK-43s. MKB-42 snipers. So I just drank my cola there. Well, actually it's a Pepsi Max. Yeah, one penetration right there, but you see not as much damage. And the drawback of the Saber shell, but the fact you can penetrate practically any German tank with the Saber shell is pretty useful. Oh, uses. Oh, got penetrated there by the pack. Ooh. Yeah, Comet doesn't have the most armor. And this Panzer IV actually has more armor than the Comet. Now the Churchill is moving up. Okay, and the tank in the pack knows they have to be cautious around the Churchill. Crystal quickly getting around the repairs. Good to see. Panzer Strike set up inside the building here. Does prevent the Germans from getting too close. At least for now. But Centaur is immediately opening fire in the building. Hack's gonna take a shot at the Churchill, I think. Doesn't penetrate. Smoke popped in front of the pack. Good to see. People actually using their tank abilities. Allows the rest of the British force to slowly advance. Ack and Comet on the move. There we go, a good penetration right there. Second Comet being prepared. Comet's advancing towards the pack though. Ack got hit first. Probably the Germans realized that's the most threat to the AT gun. Oh, mobility lost at the Comet!
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
That's gonna mean the tracks are breaking soon. There they go. Half track destroyed.
Unit lost. Dash it all.
Churchill's moving up to try and buy some time. Most certainly can. But the Germans are getting a Panther tank. See if I can turn this around for them. Churchill's doing his best here. And he is getting somewhat close though. The Brits are working very hard to repair this Comet as quick as they can. Oh, good shot from the Churchill on the Panzer IV. And a half track being prepared. Rifle had missed this time. Guess they're not all that well for the Germans this time. Rifle grenades can be kind of hit and miss, especially over the longest range you can. Comet is able to move again. Very nice job from the British. They've saved this Comet. The second comment is almost here, and those two working together with saber rounds can probably destroy the Panther fairly easily, or at least penetrate its front fairly reliably. It's only the Panther A, so its frontal armor is not as impressive anyway. But the Churchill's more frontal armor than the Panther A. Well, looks like they just went to normal AP rounds rather than the saber rounds. Ah, because they just wanted to damage this time. Now the Panther reveals itself. And the Church is actually going to have to be worried because the Panther's high velocity gun could actually penetrate the fronts of the Churchill fairly reliably.
We have our new weapons, brothers.
MT42 is upgraded individually now. Ooh. Not going for full-on upgrade for all of them. Guess they probably have plans to use other weapons as well at some point. To have the opportunity open. Just gonna smoke here just in case there was any British forces, but there are none, so I can actually move up safely. Means the other grenadiers are quickly moving up. Everyone getting MT42s. I guess no other weapon variety, which means you could certainly just have gone for this upgrade here, but I guess they want to spare the fuel. Because fuel is very important.
Grenadiers ready.
Gives some quickly securing ground.
Grenadiers.
Have Wacht am Rhein? Oh, they have Wacht am Rhein. That's why they can capture points so fast now. Also decapture points very fast. The game upgrade allows the Germans to essentially capture ground really fast for the Wehrmacht. And for the move here to try and deal with the Churchill. Doesn't penetrate that first shot. And the Churchill armor is very impressive. Doesn't penetrate the second shot either. But the Churchill's gun is pretty lackluster for its size, so always remember that. Just have the biggest gun available. Half-track pushing up here. That's a lot of German troops. The half-track is holding up. Well, it's wise to pull back, I suppose. Looks like something hit the Comet there. Made it. That might have been the Panther trick. Oh, the Churchill has become a command tank. You can see because the little symbol at the top there. Tanks are quickly moving around. More rifle sections moving around as well. Need to be secured as flank. That's for he can move out again. Not sure what's the... Oh right, you can capture points as a command tank, right, so you could actually drive it into the point. Oh, he penetrated the Panther, but the Panther penetrated in return. Of course that does happen. Has to pull back and be cautious though. Goes of a Recording team here for just to keep an eye on everything. Half-track moving, and we can actually see them healing inside, not replenishing though. Which is another feature that would happen in the latest patch, I believe, where our troops out of combat inside a half-track will actually heal up. But the half-track's a lot more worth having around. Or just transports in general. Oh, we have a Major here for the Light Division without his Panther. Combat's trying to have a firefight here with the Panther, but apparently the saber round did not really work out this time for some reason. Be very careful here. You have two Comets. Ooh, Comet took a big shot there. And the saber round is not really working out. The front of the Panther is apparently holding up to saber rounds. It's I suppose it's a testament to the front of the Panther. As I say, always keep the front of your Panther to the enemy. Because the Panther is really potent. As I said it before, I think it's like has more frontal armor than the Tiger. That says a lot.
Where do you need us?
Its side armor is pretty bad, but of course that's not a feature in Company of Heroes 2. But in Company of Heroes 3, and I assume the Spearhead developers are preparing for that when they do get to the vehicles in Company of Heroes 3, they'll make the side armor of the Panther less than like the side armor of the Panther 4, which I believe is the big issue of the Panther. Like its side armor is just very thin, but the frontal armor is just so good. Ooh, the comets are pushing together now. Unloading a lot of saber rounds. Taking out the Panther 4. Also, it's a pretty good rate of fire for the comet, as you can see. Vickers got a good shot off there, destroying an entire squad of Grenadier. They're basically getting a lot of units on the field now, including giving them half-tracks. They have a lot of mechanized force they can just drive around with. Armed with Sten guns. Another 80 gun coming out as well. I think that's the 17-pounder. Because now, if you're wondering, the 17-pounder can be towed rather than working as an emplacement. It's still early in development, though, and somewhat bulky, as you can see with them floating around. But it's now no longer an emplacement. You actually have to tow this thing around and move it. Of course, we're gonna do much with the animations at the moment, I think. It's cool to see. You're just standing around at the moment. Someone took a big shot there from a pack. Oh, but he manages to survive.
All infantry squads can have an additional infantryman.
Well, now all the British units can have one extra man, which is a very important upgrade to have, I think. One extra man makes a big difference, I feel. Although they kind of proved that they didn't at the start of the game. At least for the British end. Just good positioning can help you a lot of the time. But I feel an extra man is just an extra rifle, and that's useful. Comments us off. Oh, they got the main gun on the Panther! But I forced the Panther to push back. Pack is standing by to intercept though. Comment has to be cautious around the packs. I suppose around loaded though. A good shot off. Panzerjägers got suppressed out in the open there. Really have to stick to cover with rocket-based anti-tank equipment. It's an ambush weapon more than anything. Yeah, the 17-pounder does look awkward when it moves like that, but I suppose it's the best they have. You can see how they all mesh together like that. It does look a little awkward, but there's not much I think they can do at the moment around it. I'm sure they'll be doing something that can change it at some point. I'm pushing up here again. But the Germans are dealing with a lot of British armor. Oh, good high explosive killing the crew on that one. Make a nice push from the British here. Well, we got in half tracks, good to see. Half on pack relocate to try and stop it. We have a second Panther being prepared. Which is honestly the best choice I think the Germans have it at this point. Oh, they took out one of the comments with a Panzerfaust from Volksgrenadier. Completely missed it was a Volksgrenadier on the map. Oh, turret jammed on the Panther, that's not good. And the 17-pounder fires really fast, as you can see. Well, the Comet does. Comet is going for it. Good shot from the pack, though. Mechanized forces pushing up. Comet down. And MG42 starts swimming into the half-track. Oh boy. Another half-track gets around, though. Sorry, I need to make sure I'm actually recording here now. I seem to be good. Oh boy, okay. Excuse me, I was just coughing a little bit. Churchill's also pushing up somewhat. He's trying to do his best. Having this half-tech around is really useful though for the British. We also have some assault engineers here. Assault brigade, unique to Royal Tank as well. The building quickly. The MT-42 rips into the building. They have to pull back, there's just so much fire coming their way.
Enemy has killed out a machine gun crew.
We do have 2 Panthers on the field now, though, for the Germans. Still working hard to repair this first Panther. Placement comet being pulled up. Panther has to not show its ass like that, I feel. There was something heavy losses they tried to push up. Double Pioneers on the path to try and get it back in a working order. In a combat ready stance.
Time to do what we're paid for.
Well, that's probably their focus gun idea. Those Sten guns opening up into them.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Yeah, I feel the Germans are gonna have to fight really hard here. We're also digging in with some machine gun nests now.
Back at full strength.
Using this half-track to just replenish out here.
Upgrade complete.
Good to see.
Ready for orders.
Almost grenades are being prepared here. That's an anti-tank heat grenade.
And out.
That's a barrage of them, so this assault brigade can take out tanks pretty fast. Oh, they are swapping out who can heal inside the half-track by... That's cool. That's one of the new things you can do with it, after all. You could also just have dropped some medical supplies, though. We have double Panthers now that can work together. Double Panthers are really good if they can work together and coordinate. I'm trying to make a break out here again. Panthers are moving. Got a good shot down to Churchill. Good shot there from the Churchill. Actually, that didn't do that much damage. Oh! Double shot together destroys the Churchill in one salvo there. And now the Panthers can move up slowly on their own. There's still one Comet though, but that Comet alone could be threatened. There's also a... Oh, the 17 pounder, right. The 17 pounder will certainly be a problem if it can penetrate, and it did penetrate just there. Another Comet being prepared as well. The 17 pounder is penetrating very reliably, as we can see. Lots of Pioneers ready to move out again. Really mentioned 5 Pioneers, ooh. Yeah, Pioneers actually don't get that many buffs for being veteran by the looks of it. Oh, never mind, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Standing by. I await your orders, Commandant.
You're always just around here. Holding up behind this smoked out Cromwell. As the British are assembling down here by the half-tracks again. We have another ACAC on the field as well. Let's say not another one, but it's good to see all the ACAC. As we have seen, this ACAC is just really good to have around.
You now have a new Comet tank. You need something?
But the Germans are quickly repairing this Panthers back to combat standards. Pansky is trying to get around here. They're trying to take out the 70 pounder, I think, but they're having issues with this Recce team? Why is this Recce team holding up so well? Well, they took some damage from their own centaur. The last guy might make it. Nope, never mind. Centaur took a big shot on him. Panthers have to get to action somewhere, but the 17 pounder in the center just prevents a lot of the movement they could do. So they're gonna have to push down here where the Comet is. Germans also be clearing a lot of equipment. Panthers push up. We do have bazookas on the assault brigade. Doesn't hit. Gonna kill in the nest. They just need to take out this comet here. Panthers doing the best they can though, but the Germans have very limited supplies at the moment, at least in terms of munitions. Oh, the Major is almost dead. Yeah, Major is gone.
We are suffering losses.
Third Panther being prepared, because now there's no longer a cap on Panthers. So, yeah. Oh, 70 pounder can hit the side. Move the 70 pounder up. Ooh, another good penetration right there. Second Comet also moving up here. If the Comet is still capped? Never mind. Still says it's limit of 2, but there's more than 2 in the field, so... Just a tooltip bug, although tooltip has not been updated. But he's doing a pretty good job here. We need to repair all of these Panthers quick though. We have a Panther term in the back here. Speaking little area. Third Comet being prepared. Looks like both sides are bringing out their premier medium tanks. Panther being the premier one for the Wehrmacht, and the Comet being the premier one for the British. They really wanted to go in that direction with the medium tanks, I believe, which is why it's actually, I believe the Comet is the one that inspires all of the main British medium tanks after the war, briefly. Basically with the turret design. That turret design is very, very renowned, I believe. I've seen it in other games. Even the Chieftain has like now the Chieftain has a little bit of a larger turret, but a little bit of the same premise, I believe. Triple Panthers now working together though. That is a lot of potential firepower in 3 medium tanks. 3 very large medium tanks. Yes, yes. Ah. But as the most glorious of pics on the internet has ever said, the most beautiful pic in on YouTube, Laser Pick has said, the Panther may be fast, has a good gun and good armor, but there's only so much you can do for you if you have a small penis. I did love his video on the Panther paradox. That was a good video. And subscribe to Laserpick if you haven't. Laserpick makes some really good stuff. Pepsi Pounders turn around here. Doesn't penetrate. You also see they're loading the big shell there, but there's 2 people just stuck in actually 3 people just stuck in the thing. Very awkward looking. Brits have turned their force around though. Because it's just pouring fire towards the German base slowly. Other Panthers moving up though. Because there are 3 Panthers against 3 Comets, oh god. Panthers trying to go for a flanking maneuver, that's just gonna be risky. High explosive on the 17 pounder. Doesn't hit it, hits the wreck! But the other Panthers need to get moving now, I think. Oh, this Panther could be gone soon. Does seem like it might manage to back off safely. Somehow. The Germans need to find a way to get through. I think at this point, the longer they wait, the more the Brits are just going to get the upper hand. The Comet is slowly moving up here. But the Panthers are up here. Got a good shot there. Other Comet pushing up here. But he's trying to fight against dual Panther. And dual Panther is a very hard thing to fight. 70 pounders here though, got a good shot there. Doing another shell. I need to quicker on the job to get this thing operational again. German infantry really cannot move up because of this Vickers machine gun. You can see that it immediately starts firing on them. Oh, but it has to reload this time. Lucky. But still doesn't give the Germans enough time. A lot of British armor assembled here. How many guns also upgraded here on the post gun here? Unique upgrade to them if you're playing as Leichter. Yes, the Germans just grabbing everything they can off the ground at the moment. Panthers on the move. Let's see if this turns it around. £70 has to turn, but the other Panther could then move in. Getting some good shots on the Comet. One Comet down. Panthers against some good shots there on the Comets. But they have to pull back themselves for now. Other Panther can now push up.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Oh, this Comet might be in trouble. Yeah, that's another Comet gone. 70 power turn around here to hit the Panthers again. High explosive loaded. But I think it might hit this wreck in the way. Yep. Ooh, and that Panther's gonna be immobilized. This might be dead. Just one more shell should do it. Oh, cannot see. Cannot see it? Oh, it hits the wreck in the way. We also have an MG34 here. They actually managed to pin the 17 pounder. They might be able to turn this around. Smoke shield to cover their retreat, very good. British using their abilities. I do like to see the British using their abilities, or just any player in general with that faction. Usage of abilities really shows that one can really know what they're doing and change the battlefield to serve one's needs. And smoke is a very important factor of that. People just generally forget to use the smoke shields on their tanks, I've seen sometimes. But the smoke shields can be really useful. Another combat coming out as well. Blitz in the field to serve as a mobile repair station for the Panthers. Doing a pretty good job of it too. Smoke being popped just to be safe, I imagine. And again, the Vickers here prevents the Germans from pushing out. They just become easy to suppress out in the open like that. Smoke grenade being dropped. The Vickers does not care. But the Grenadiers and Panzergrenadiers are going to be able to get through this, I think. I think that's a Volksgrenadier here. We do have a half-track back there. Vickers going to open up into them. Ooh, Volksgrenadiers are being shot to pieces though. Then we do manage to get the grenade off. Ooh, and they killed the crew! But the Panthers can now slowly start pushing up again. And the Triple Panthers are actually working out here for Leichter. Doing a pretty good job for them. I think the British are just not aggressive enough to deal with them at the moment. It's very hard to deal with Panthers that are being used like this, I suppose. Oh, good shit down the flank though. But all the Panthers just hunting down the Comets. They did get some good shots though on the Panthers this time, almost destroying one. The Brits are still ensuring that the Germans can really make a breakout from their base, infantry-wise. And speaking of infantry, the Germans have none. They only have pioneers. No Panzer Grenadiers and no Grenadiers to take up the torch of basically being the infantry at the moment. Pioneers have to work hard. Now the battle is somewhat slowing down. We are about to reach the 1 hour mark too. A long match in a very small 1v1 map. Well, it's not that small. It's actually a fairly decent sized 1v1 map in all honesty. Mthis is doing a good job repairing too. Already veterancy free actually. Good job of the Blitz. Looks like the Panther's gonna move for the southern flank here, take out the pack and the machine gun. Open up the way for the Germans to get some ground again. Express round loaded. Destroy some of the cover, but not all of it. Mostly just damaging the sandbag. But the Pioneers are just gonna start advancing the best they can, but the half-track turns around their 50 caliber. But the Panthers could just keep moving up too. We got the half-track there. 17 pounders doing a good job in the center here. It's a veteran C4, 17 pounder now. Doing a lot of damage as you can see. Ooh, one Panther's almost down there. Hubbard's pushing up. They want to kill one of the Panthers. Took out one of them there. Mobility lost on one of the comets though. It's going to be mobilized here shortly. Oh, never mind. It just gets taken out by a Panther shot. But the comets are just pouring down a lot of shots on them. Pretty safe pushing up here with his S10 guns. This MG34 is still on the open here. Can I get some shots off? Oh, Agag opens fire. And this battle is just lasting a while. We also have a third Panther being prepared. But one of the Panthers is veteran free now. I believe the Panthers get very good when they become veteran. We're being shot now by the pack, but the Pioneers can probably clear it out. As there's no gunner left, well, no support team ready for the pack anymore. There we go. Pioneers cleared out. And yet another comet.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Panthers are ready to somewhat move again. Comets are still around. What can the British do to stop these Panthers?
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Not sure what options the British have. Look at a crocodile actually. And have the comets support the crocodile as it pushes up. Force the Panthers to focus the crocodile. Because the crocodile can get close enough with its flamethrower, it can stun one of the Panthers. And thus make it vulnerable to the comets. Veteran 5, 17 pounder now. That's a very good 17 pounder.
You now have a new comet tank.
Well, that's one Panther gone there. That's actually the veteran 3 one. That's a big loss for the Wehrmacht. And Monstrum keep it up. As Kikyon keeps trying to advance here. Oh, good shot with a Panther Strike, destroying one comet. Do not underestimate the power of the Panther Strike if it hits. It's a very good rocket-based anti-tank system. Well, anti-tank weapon, I suppose. Not a system. More fuel being airdropped in the British space. Panthers making an advance again. Oh, and that's another combat gone. The combats do have very weak armor, so the Panthers can certainly just cut through them, as we can see. That's why I was suggesting like getting a Churchill, like the Crocodile, to essentially be the armor for the Panthers. Oh, another comet gone. Oh, it's not looking good. Suddenly the British are in a very bad spot. Oh, they missed another high explosive shell, but this 17-pounder is in big trouble. Yep, and that should be cleared out. Yep, there it goes. That's just a lot of Rexy in the way for the Panthers to clear up with their shells. I'm not sure if Kikurun can turn this around. Suddenly the comeback from the Panthers has done a lot of work. But I did not expect it to turn into like such a tank battle. Look at all the tank Rexy in the Bocage. Panthers just push around here. Germans do have some grenadiers and Panzergrenadiers now to secure ground. And the first assault brigade is not going to do much either, I think. You do see another 17-pounder being prepared. I feel the British cannot turn this around anymore. Like, I did not expect this sudden comeback, but the Panthers really did seem to just work out. That's very impressive play from Monstrum. Ooh, the Centaur might be in trouble. Panthers pushing up here. Germans are securing a lot of ground. This counter-attack from the Wehrmacht is really working out for them. I feel we're about to reach the end of the battle at this point. Let's speed up time a bit. I don't think a lot else is going to happen. 17-pounder standing around here. Damage engine because they tried to push the engine too hard on the Panther by looks of it. Good rifle grenade there on the 17-pounder. Honestly, just good play from both players. This has been a very entertaining match. And often we get to see such a big tank battle in the Bocage of all places. Germans are just securing ground everywhere now. And the British rifle section just cannot really get in a good position anymore. They have started to get thermos grenades though, so they are planning to try and see if they can get close to the Panther, but not really working out here. That's a Battleladno. Oh, yeah. And that's two rifle sections gone so quickly. Oh, bazooka riding a half track. A valid attempt, but it's not enough. Looks like the Germans have secured a beat hit across the stream, and the battle is over. This was a very good match, very entertaining. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.